So welcome back, students. I am super proud to have Dr. Soni Raksha over for the interview. Dr. Soni has performed wonderfully in INISSET exam. She has got rank 1 in reproductive medicine super specialty exam, and now she will be doing DM reproductive medicine at AIIMS New Delhi. This is big, Dr. Soni. I'm so proud of you, and congratulations, many congratulations. I'm extremely happy for your result, and I'm extremely happy that you're my student. Many congratulations. Let's start this interview, the most coveted interview of this year. Let's start with your journey. Where did you do your UG and PG from, and when did you decide to do super specialty? Dr. Soni.
Good evening, ma'am. Thanks, ma'am. I did my UG from SMS Medical College, Jaipur, and then I did my MS from Lady Hardinge Medical College. I passed in 2017. After that, I did 3 years of senior residency from Lady Hardinge and then from UCMS. And then I did a fellowship in endoscopic, gynae endoscopic surgeries. And from past 2 years, I am in private setup, private sector.
So you were working, and then you suddenly decided that now you have to do a super specialty.
Ma'am, actually, my thesis was in infertility, and so I was a bit inclined from the very beginning towards this field. But then in January, actually, I received a call from my friend that FET forms have released. And so I was not very sure about it. And she only suggested me that there is Reproneet and you can join, because I was in a dilemma that, okay, in 20-25 days duration, I can't prepare. So she said, there is a platform Reproneet and you can join that and it will help. So I joined Reproneet, and for 1 month, I studied for 20-25 days, and in that FET I secured 70th rank.
Wonderful. So you realize that these are achievable. So your story begins from deciding to prepare for FET, getting a 74 rank after 20 days preparation, to straight getting rank 1 in INISSET and bagging a seat at AIIMS Delhi. This is wonderful. The graph is very good.
Then I was like, okay, this time I was like, I prepared only for 20 days, so I will target FET next year. But that from mid-March, INSS forms were released in mid-March this year. So I again joined Reproneet for 1 year. Actually, I had already joined Reproneet after that 70th rank for 1 year. So I again started studying from mid-March for NSS exam. And I secured 4th rank in that exam.
Wonderful.
And yes, ma'am.
You're a very talented student. 2017, you pass out, you leave everything, you do private practice, endoscopy, and then you prepare for 20 days, you get a rank. And then you prepare for hardly few months, and then you get rank 4. Wonderful. I'm very proud of you, Dr. Soni. I'm proud that I've come across you.
Thank you, ma'am. So, and in that particular NSS exam, actually, I did a blunder in theory exam. I was not aware that if I'm answering a question and I'm also marking it for the review, then that question will be taken as unanswered. So I was not knowing that thing. So I have marked 20 questions in that exam. So I was not very hopeful that even after doing such a blunder, I will score anything rather.
You still got a
4th rank.
Which means students need to start preparing for INISSET exams.
Yes, ma'am.
Even after 20 wrong answers, you got rank 4. If you had those 20 correct answers, you would have got rank 1 that time only.
I cried a lot for
that. That exam, I was so upset that I didn't have a result in that exam. So you owe it to me also that you made that blunder mistake in that exam.
So actually, I'm telling this thing because maybe there are other students who are also not knowing this thing.
Yes. So this is an important point to note for INISSET exams.
Yes, ma'am. So then I was like, okay, now my target is not FET. I will definitely give this exam again after 6 months. But the main problem was that 6-month duration and to maintain the momentum. That was all. And also, I'm not an AIIMSonian. So there was a fact that, okay, there is only one seat. I'm not an AIIMSonian. There is private practice and plus 6 months gap is there. So how I will maintain that momentum? So the mock test, they also help me. I used to give those mock tests with full preparation. So those mock tests helped me a lot. Then I targeted NEET also. So there is a difference in preparation of NEET exam and INSSET exam. So NEET I took as a practice match, and I was not preparing for NEET, but for the NEET exam, the main thing is that I was able to prepare the general ops and gynae. So I covered my general ops and gynae with the NEET exam. Because 23 questions are being asked from the general ops and gynae
INISSET
also.
also. Few questions are there from general OBG.
That's it. So with NEET exam, I was able to prepare the general ops and gynae and little bit of onco. I was able to prepare. And next, after this NEET exam, there is 1 month duration. In that 1 month duration, I just studied reproductive medicine. I read your notes multiple times. I saw your videos, and I read all the books. Because after reading the notes, it became very easy to go through all the standard books. So I started reading Kamini Rao, Gardner, and everything, ASHRAE guidelines and ASM. That become very easy for me to cover in that 1 month duration. So that was my main strategy.
So did you have your own notes? Did you ever make those notes?
Ma'am, actually, I made my notes. I first used your notes as a base. And then whatever I used to study from the PubMed or from the new articles from ASHRAE, I used to write on those things only.
And how was the revision in the last few days?
Well, in the last few days, I can't say because I was very restless.
Okay, you were restless.
I was definitely nervous. I was restless, and I was just reading whatever is coming on my way. And I knew I actually you also have updated few things like the recent guidelines on the recurrent implantation failure and all those. So I was reading all the recent guidelines in last 3 days. I just covered the recent guidelines and everything.
They asked from recent guidelines.
Yes, ma'am.
So what would you say was the source of your preparation?
Ma'am, actually, first I read your notes and videos, so that make my base. I would say because that is the base, and I used that cleared my concept also, and it helped me to read the books. Because if I will go and directly read the books, then it will take a lot of time to understand what is being written, what she is saying. So nahi samajh mein aayega. But when I read the notes, it became very easy to go to the ASHRAE guidelines, to cover the ASHRAE guidelines, to cover ASRM, to cover even Gardner's and Kamini Rao ma'am's book. So it became very easy just because I read those notes multiple times and those videos multiple times. So it became very easy for me
so you
to
have seen the videos and notes a lot of times.
Yes, ma'am. Wherever I'm getting the time, it is not possible for me to carry those books everywhere. So what I used to do, I used to open the videos and see the videos and go through the even MCQ portion. I did those MCQs multiple times. So that helped me a lot because directly reading the books, it becomes tedious. If I will directly go and read the books, it becomes tedious. So first I used to go through the notes. I used to cover that topic from the notes. Then I used to go to the T-Lens or to the Novax, and then I used to go to other books.
So it is nice that you were focused to INISSET, because you just told me that for NEET SS, you did not prepare oncology, and it was an oncology paper this time.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So you definitely did not get a good rank in NEET SS.
No, ma'am. In NEET SS, even I left 21 questions.
Okay,
and
I
was like,
so you are such a confident student that you knew that one seat in INISSET is for me. So I'm not preparing for NEET SS. So we need that kind of confidence in students. You just decided that you have to prepare for INISSET and you have got rank 1. Wonderful, Dr. Soni. It is so nice. So tell me, what did I have to ask? How much time would you give to studying after you joined Reproneet in February? How much time every day, and in the last 1 month, how many hours?
Ma'am, actually, most of the time, like in the 6-month duration, after the first INISSET exam I had given, for the first 3 months, I wasn't able to study much. It was most of the times it was like 20 questions a day, hardly one chapter. It was like that. But in the last 2 months, I gave 8 hours of study. 8 hours in a day.
So you were working in this time?
Yes, ma'am.
You were working and still you would give 8 hours to reading?
6 to 8 hours I used to study. 6 to 8 hours, like some days it may be 4, some day it may be 6, but I just make it a point, okay, I have to cover this much in a day.
Okay. So were you able to revise? Were you able to finish everything and revise?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when did you finish the videos and the notes?
Ma'am, 50% of the course I was able to finish in January. When I was preparing for the
Okay.
FPT, I was able to read the reproductive part, but the most of the videos of the reproductive, because that is not in our
So
syllabus.
INISS is only reproductive medicine basically. So
But
finishing
I have
reproductive
read,
medicine
no, ma'am,
doesn't.
I have read all the thing which whatever you have uploaded on the
Okay, you
site.
have read everything. January, you finished 50%. That's wonderful.
I just finished 50%. Then in March also I was able to, like, with the work, I was able to finish like 80-90%. But this time I finished everything, and I have read oncology part, although I haven't revised for the
For
INISSET.
INISS, it's not required also.
No, it's not required because hardly they ask fertility preservation questions, so it is not
Yes,
required.
yes.
So I read it. I read that also for my own knowledge. Otherwise, it is not required.
It's
So
not.
I read everything, whatever is there on the site.
Okay, wonderful. And you revised also.
Yes, ma'am. I have revised.
That is so nice. And I do understand that you were very stressed out in the last few days because you would ask so many questions, and I did not have the time, because we were going on with live classes and there is so much on the head. I'm also working, so I could not answer those questions. And then you would message me personally, "Madam, you're not answering my questions. What is this?" And I would get so it was a stress on my head also. Your stress was, you were emanating that stress from all around. I used to get stressed. I have taken a little stress of your head also. So I do remember. And then I saw your Facebook post, and then I was looking to this person. Who's this person? Is this my student? And then it turns out it is that same student who's asking me so many questions. So it's nice. It's nice. And I'm sorry for not being able to answer a lot of your questions. I did try to answer questions.
Yes,
I did
ma'am. I
try
used to
to
post
answer
so
those
many
questions.
questions. I also used to thought, okay, ma'am must have got irritated from me because
No, I
I
was
was
not
asking.
irritated. I was stressed. I used to get scared. Oh no, another question has come. Now I'll have to open all the books and I'll have to see. So those questions are not simple questions
Yes,
which
ma'am.
MBBS people ask. No, I have to go through everything. Now somebody's asking a question, which means they didn't find the answer in the app, in the videos, and now they're asking. So I have to do a little more research on it. So that would be a big task for me. I remember questions are big tasks for me, especially when they ask during class. My mind, gets messed up that what to answer, because you all are not doing PG, or you all are not just usual students of MBBS who'll ask how does labor happen, how does that happen, what is that. When I taught MBBS people, they would say what are the steps of third stage of labor, what is active management of third. So it's not that kind of question that I'm getting. No,
Yes, ma'am.
I have to just write down. I have to see 4 sources before answering your question. So it used to scare me.
Yes, ma'am. I can
Those
understand.
questions would scare me, but still I tried to. I really don't know how many of your questions I answered, but I did give an effort. Sometimes I would think, oh, this girl has again asked a question. It would. Anyways, so it's nice. You should keep asking questions.
Yes,
Now tell me about the exam. How to go about with the exam? How many questions did you leave in the INISS exam?
ma'am. 6 questions I left unanswered.
6 you left unanswered.
6 questions I left unanswered, and actually my target was to score as much as I can in theory, because interview is not in my hands. I knew that
Yes.
that is 5-minute game, and you may not be able to express yourself there. So
Yes,
I
in the
was like
5 minutes.
okay, in theory I have to score. So I scored, this time I scored 57 out of 80, and previously I scored 46 out of 80.
Okay, then
So,
still you had rank 4, no? So these exams, a lot of people don't prepare, don't give in much effort to these exams, INISS exams. So whoever prepares does get a good rank. You just have
yes,
to give a little extra effort than the others are giving.
and the exam is like all the questions are concept based. So if
Yes.
anyone has prepared well and read the books, notes, and especially your notes, I think that anyone can clear.
Yes, the exam is predictable. Last
Yes.
year also I had 3 toppers, rank 1, rank 2 in oncology, and rank 2 in reproductive medicine. This year also I have rank 1. I call them my ranks because I've worked a lot. So these are my ranks. Your rank is in some way my rank also. Rank 1 gives me goosebumps. So this year finally I have a rank 1. And then onco also there are people who have scored good ranks. So it's so nice. I'm super excited for your result. I'm very happy. So you must be feeling very, very happy. I've never had such results. So I really want to know, you're very, very happy. You're on the top of the world right now, isn't it? Your parents must be so proud. Your family must be.
Actually, there is only one seat. So most of the time, my friends and everyone around me, except my husband. So they used to say me, oh, you are wasting your time. Why are you preparing
for
so
that
much?
one rank. I can never have that much courage to prepare for that one seat in the entire country.
Yes, but everyone is like, no, it's like wastage of time. You're not even in Soni, and why are you giving so much of time? You're not even talking to
You believed
us.
in yourself. You had faith in yourself that I can do it. So the person has to know, has to have it in their head that I'll be able to do it, and then they can do it.
Yes, ma'am, I will say now. But at that time, whenever such comments used to come, why are you preparing? Because I never used to call to my friends or even my family. I used to, because whatever time I'm getting, I used to study. So everyone was like that. Why are you studying that much? It's hopeless. But it's not hopeless, I will say.
Not hopeless.
So if I can score, so anyone can score.
No, that's not how the last two. Komal also said that if I can score, anyone can score. It's not like that. You have read so much, you finished the entire syllabus in 1 month. So you're all intelligent students, plus you are diligent. You know that you have to crack it. That is your priority for the last 5-6 months. So that needs to come. Apart from the intelligence, we're all intelligent. We have all cleared NEET. We have cleared NEET PG. So we are in the cream of the population. And now the one who works hard is going to crack, and it has to sit in your head that I have to crack this paper.
Yes,
even my husband, he prepared for 2-3 years for gastroenterology, gastrosurgery AIIMS, and there was just one seat, and I would keep wondering, why is he preparing for that one seat? And then in last exam he gets rank 1 in AIIMS gastroenterology. He was also not from AIIMS, PGI and KM, but he knew in his head that I'll sit for 3 years, but I'll take that rank 1 seat only. So it's nice such people have,
you have to be persistent, basically.
Yes, that trait is there, that you want that rank and you're going to work hard for it. Wonderful. Any tip that you would want to give to those students who are preparing for the next exams?
Firstly, is to believe in yourself, I would say, because definitely many people will say to you that you may not be able to achieve it. And even your family members may say, your friends may say. So don't listen to them and just prepare hard. And I think that Reproneet notes are wonderful and lectures are wonderful. So go through them multiple times, and if you have time, then go through the books. Like I have read definitely books, but not cover to cover or like that. I have read important chapters from Kamini Rao. I have read few important chapters from Gardeners, and I have followed all the instructions which ma'am used to give. When like Cairo's consensus, you can read.
Yes, in the classes I would tell that for INISSET, read this Cairo consensus, Vienna consensus, those scary consensuses.
So I read all those things, and AIIMS guidelines are very important because they ask directly from them, and even the ASRM male infertility guidelines are very important. Now they have asked few questions, like this time they have asked 2 questions from there also. So I would say that please go through those guidelines also, and revise whatever you can revise, read that much only. Yes. So revise it multiple times. It's an important trick. Do MCQs as many times as you can. So what I have done, this is
so it is quite achievable. Yes, with diligence, with hard work, with the determination, you have to prioritize that this is the exam that I have to crack, and it's achievable. Just
you have to know that this is my basic syllabus. I have to cover this much. Like first I targeted NEET, Reproneet notes, then I targeted the books. Then after that, jab mujhe wo ho gaya, then I targeted the guidelines and the PubMed. But in the end, I will say if you will even cover the notes, that is sufficient. Yes. That is sufficient.
The recalls are also there. Now I base my notes on the recalls. Whatever has been asked, I'll teach everything about it. So it becomes easy to crack. It becomes easy, and just keep going. It becomes sometimes boring because like fibroid also, I have read multiple times that chapter. So even now I knew that, okay, this line is written there. Yeah. Even like for every chapter, like even Mullerian, if someone will ask me any question, so I know, okay, this question is there, this question is there. So I have read that. I have repeated it multiple times. Multiple revisions is what.
Multiple revision is important. Single revision is not going to help. So
you have to read only that much which you can revise multiple times.
Yes. I would say, because many people keep asking me on the Telegram also that, okay, should I read that? Should I read that? Maine kaha, no.
Yes,
Read that much only which you can revise,
you
because you
can
have to
revise.
revise multiple times. It is not like one time you have studied and because you are going to get confused in the exam.
Yes, if
You
you do just one reading and they ask you the question on that same topic which you read, you will not be able to answer.
Yes,
You have
ma'am.
to revise
Because
multiple times.
because even I did silly mistakes in this exam, because I read those chapters from Kamini Rao ma'am's book and it was there in that book, but I read it once because time nahi tha. So I made that thing, mistake. So I think
Those silly mistakes, people who have given a lot of effort, who have prepared for so much time like you, they will make silly mistakes. We cannot do anything about the silly mistakes. And the people who have not read, who have not read at all, they'll not make one silly mistake
was
because
one silly mistake.
they don't have the pressure on their head. No, it's not the last time. They're just chilling out and giving the paper. They don't make silly mistakes. But those who have worked hard, the diligent people, they are stressed, and then it's not possible to to calm your mind, to compose your mind in that time. That
Yes, ma'am.
those two traits will not come in the same person, that you have that type A personality also, that you have to work hard, and in the exam you suddenly become type B. In the exam also you'll be stressed only, that stress gets carried forward. So that silly mistake everyone does, all of us do silly mistakes, but still despite those silly mistakes you're on rank 1. So even if you didn't make those silly mistakes, you would still be rank 1 only. So it doesn't matter, even rank 1 makes silly mistakes.
Yes, ma'am.
Now that hence proved that rank 1 also from INISSET rank 1 is making silly mistakes. So silly mistakes are acceptable now.
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. I'm so proud of you, Dr. Soni. I'm very proud. It was so nice to have you over. I'll definitely stay in touch with you because this is a big achievement. Your parents must be proud, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. They were very proud of this thing. And actually, because no one was that hopeful except my husband, because he has seen me working so hard. And they were like, why are you preparing so much? You have already done your MS, because they are not from medical background.
Yes.
So they were like, but when I cracked it, so it was like something. They were it was like out of the world feeling for them also.
Yes. For non-medical people, going to AIIMS also is a big thing. No, so finally you have that AIIMS tag. Not
Yes,
only
ma'am.
super specialty, you have an AIIMS tag. So super specialty, they might not, get the importance so much, but the AIIMS tag is all important, at least for them.
Yes, ma'am. In my brother's marriage, they were telling to everyone she got selected
at AIIMS. Yes, so that is important. Wonderful. It's nice. It's so nice to see you happy. A lot of blessings to you for your professional and personal life both.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Doing well. Keep achieving your dreams.
Thank
and
you.
Stay in touch, Soni. Don't be like me, like I did not answer your questions. Don't take don't take it back on me. I had my reasons to not be able to answer quickly.
I knew that thing because I know that I ate your head so much. I used to message you personally on Facebook also.
Yes, you're not
You used to
answering my
answer
questions.
I also used to message on the Telegram also, personally also, in the group also.
But all of that becomes worthwhile when you come back with rank 1. I want more such students who eat my head and who give me rank 1. Yes, always worthwhile. And if I didn't answer those questions, I'm sincerely sorry for that. If someone told me this girl is going to get rank 1, I would have sat and answered your questions. Now I sometimes say a lot. I shouldn't say these things, but still I'm very, very, very proud of you. I never had a rank 1 and I get rank 1s through my students, and it really gives me, it's a blessing to have so many students, so many good students I
will thank my friend who actually told me about Reproneet, because I wasn't aware of this platform, and in January she only told me that there is Reproneet.
Okay.
So I thank my friend also, and your notes were really very wonderful.
That's so nice.
That formed my base basically. So it was I was lucky to have this platform.
I'm more lucky to have a student like you.